Have you ever seen a Pakistani in a polo cook some chicken at midday on a Monday? Probably not. Now's your lucky time. Now's your lucky chance. Always hated cooking. Not because I don't like the act, but because since I've taken my success seriously, I feel like I'm wasting time. And I might be. Well, in the past 4 weeks, I've got in significantly better shape. So I'm going to put that on the screen. And the discipline that I've had from taking my physique more seriously and that confidence, knowing that I'm getting in much better shape than I would normally. I thought I need to show you guys the chicken. Get off my face. No, get off my face. Doesn't look great right now, but soon you'll see the masterpiece. But the discipline that I've got has afforded me so much more confidence, so much more energy, so much more vigor. When I make a decision now, like I still have the bit of analysis, but I take action a lot faster. For example, if you guys saw the channel a week or two ago, I was stressing about having no money coming into the business. A lot of the fulfillment slowed down, and I had to figure out how to make cash fast because I've got rent in a couple days. And today, I've just closed a deal. It's a 2K deal, and I've just been paid the first half, which is 1,000, and soon I'll get the rest in. And I don't think I would have been able to carry myself with that conviction if I kept eating bad food, or if I kept eating out, not knowing exactly the food that I'm getting in. So, in essence, until I've got a private chef, which is hopefully not too far in the future, inshallah, I'm nowhere near that level yet. I think I really need to be making like 100k a month, but until that day comes, I gotta prep my own chicken and then eat out a couple times a week. This spice packet is superior to all of the spice packets at the minute. So we got this is probably like 2 kilos of chicken. Gonna put this in, mix it all up, and then this is how you make chicken and rice taste nice. Like, this is actually my favorite meal other than Nando's, and chicken breast always gives me the best results for my physique. Like, tastes amazing, I can eat loads of it, keeps me nice and lean, and I don't get like that brain fog, so I can eat this for lunch and I'm not going to be too foggy for the rest of the day, so I can still smash all of my workout. I can still be focused when I'm praying. Just chicken and rice is the best, man. I couldn't be bothered doing 2 batches, so we're putting it all into one. Get some education whilst you work. I'm always either, whilst I'm cooking, I'm going to be listening to some education, or I'm going to be producing something like this content, or I'll call someone, or I'll read some Quran, just anything that's going to help stimulate my mind, because idle time cooking, I don't like it, unless my brain's really stressed out and I just need a bit of time to generate ideas and think, then fine, it's a bit of a stress reliever. But right now I'm in a good mood, I've got good energy. So I'd rather produce this content for you guys, show you guys my whole process, and listen to something else that's going to keep me uplifted. But yeah, I'll show you guys the final product, it's actually fire. And then I'll show you guys what we're going to be doing for work in the rest of our day. Oi, oi, oi. Best meal on earth, genuinely. Insane. Insane. I'm going to finish this, enjoy it, watching this video, and then I've got to clean up. So that's the worst thing about cooking, man. So make prayers for me that we get the private chef soon. Make a prayer for you guys too. We're never going to get the private chef unless we follow the systems. We wake up at 4 AM, we give it our all every day. Flex break. Flex break. Flex break. So today has been more of a content day. I like to do them on Mondays. Meet my boy Karai. We've got a good vibe, so for the Instagram reels, if you guys follow me on there, we film a lot of the reels together and just kind of split test new things, because I like to bring my message across. On YouTube with you guys, I like to just get raw, you know? You guys watch the car talks, I get quite passionate and aggressive, and that's my core message, that's how I am. But on Instagram, I try and weave it in, but try and make it a bit more entertaining. And then on the stories, I'll do a bit more like I do on the YouTube videos. But we've done a content day, cooked the chicken, edited some of the content, and managed to close some deals for, I don't know if I said this when I was cooking the chicken, but managed to close some deals for, well, one deal for the training systems for my sales agency. I've started selling that on. So I closed a deal today and my head's above water again, thank God. If you guys have seen the video where I talk about like when I had really bad cash flow issues in my business literally last Saturday, and I didn't know how I was going to make rent, I didn't know what I was going to do. My back was against the wall, so I had to perform, I had to eat. So I had the idea to, and inspired by a friend as well, to sell the training course that generated me and my sales team 7 figures in revenue. And I've been sending out a few DMs, I had a few sales calls, and then I managed to sell this one for 4 figures. It was okay, but I think it can be priced higher than that. So we'll see what I can do over the coming weeks with it, and managed to get some installs as well from the old leads that we did generate. So alhamdulillah, when you actually take all of the systems that I'm talking about, the 4 a.m. wake-ups, the work in the gym, the morning routine, the prayer with Allah, like the first thing I did was I turned to God, because I was like, what the hell do I do? I can't solve this on my own. I can't. And everyone else around us, everyone, all the prophets, everyone goes through hardship in their own way. But the true test of it is, are we going to rely on ourselves, or are we going to rely on ourselves and God? Because we have to put that faith in Him. He's the only one that can change our circumstance. But that doesn't mean that we just relax, like, oh, God's going to sort it. I've worked so hard this week, and I've brought back that relentless work ethic that I have, especially when I was running my sales agency in full force, where I'm working 18 hours a day. And now I've got more structure to it. And now I still prioritize my health and fitness, like you just saw, cooking the chicken, and I'm going to boxing in 45 minutes. But I'm able to combine that with the relentless drive and work ethic that's within me. And the results that you see when you act like this, the results you see when everything's optimized, but also you're working like a dog, it's different, it's crazy, and you realize how much more you're actually capable of. So sometimes your back does need to be against the wall so that you perform. Sometimes it does. And when you start taking wins like this, when you start seeing how much you're capable of, your mind expands. You realize how much more you're actually capable of, and you don't want to let go of all the good standards that you've built with the gym, with your nutrition, with prioritizing God and your mindset and everything early in the day, building that discipline. So you become an unstoppable force of nature. You realize you can fit all of these things in, but you're just making excuses right now because you've not done it before. So whether you're in the optimization stage where you're thinking about, I need to nail down my morning routine, I need to nail down my kind of work blocks and all these kind of things, like, that's good. And you need to prioritize that discipline early in the morning, because that's what shapes you and that's what sets the tone for the rest of your day. Like, that affords me the discipline to think bigger and keep promises to myself and know that I'm that man that can achieve anything. But without the relentless work ethic, it means nothing. So that morning routine that you go through, it has to be fueled into either the gym or your work straight after. And when you start living your life like that, on constant go mode, constant momentum, you become a different man. So now, in these 45 minutes before boxing, I'm doing my Arabic homework before my lesson tomorrow morning. I'm trying to do it more myself without relying on ChatGPT. So I'm revising the notes, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I realized my teacher caught me out where I was using ChatGPT for the answers. It was giving me the wrong answers, and he was like, Hassan, are you are you copying or are you doing it yourself? And I just told him, I was like, it's a lot of homework, I started doing it myself. And I felt like such an idiot when I said that, because how I do one thing is how I do everything. Like, if I'm slacking in my Arabic, something that's going to mean a lot to me, it's going to help me understand the Quran more. When I've got ambitions to move to the Middle East, like, it's going to help me converse out there. If I'm slacking on that, something that's so ingrained in the identity that I've crafted for myself in the future, what else am I slacking on subconsciously? What else? Am I not training as hard as I can in the gym? Am I not training as hard as I can? Am I not working as hard as I can in my business? What else am I slacking on? That's what you need to ask yourself. It's not just, all right, I'm going to do well in my business and that's it. No, it's an identity. It's not. It's going to be very short-lived if you just ignore every other area of your life. You're not going to have that longevity. You're not going to have that sustained satisfaction. And let's say you do get all the money from locking in on your business. What kind of money are you going to be if you've got flipping saggy tits and a beer gut and no one respects you? No one respects you. So it's the development that takes us furthest at all stages. So I'm going to finish this Arabic and then I'll catch you guys either before or after boxing when I'm in the car, and take you into the night routine as well, just how I'm making sure that everything's on point. One of the biggest blessings is getting to work with this view behind. I don't know if you guys can focus. When I first moved to this apartment, every time I'd look out the window, I'd just have Rick Ross Stay Scheming play out of in my mind. But it's definitely gives me a lot more energy being in places like this, and just what I was saying about having my back against the wall, that's what's giving me that pressure to be like, damn, I need to make money. Because if I'm just starting my parents' house and I'm having a bad month, then it's not the end of the world, you know. But to become a man, you must elevate, put yourself in uncomfortable situations. It's the name of the game. Finished up boxing and I did not want to go today. Like, it was actually the last thing on my mind, because I'd taken the past week off going. I was just hitting the bag when I was going to the gym because the prayer times were kind of messed up, and it might have been an excuse, but I wanted to prioritize my prayer over the boxing because I ended up praying like an hour late for one prayer that you can't really not pray on time, Maghrib. So I put it off, and then this session, because I'd got out of the habit of going, in my brain I was like, oh, well, you're still not sure about the prayer time, you're going to be late to the session, maybe you shouldn't go. But when I got in, I was still like a bit apprehensive, but I just made the firm decision of no. Everything in my body, like my gut feeling that tells me like if I respect myself or not, is telling me go to boxing. But then my mind was like, oh no, what about this, what about that? So every time that you say yes to the thing that you know is right, you end up having such a better session. Because this session, I got much better. I sparred someone at a similar skill to me, and I was getting wrecked in every other session than this one. Like, I was getting beat up by 15-year-olds, and this kid, like, we did jab only, but I was able to actually jab back. I was able to block his jabs better. It was better. And then in the cardio, I noticed myself, I was going a little bit slow on the treadmill. But then I thought to myself, how I do one thing is how I do everything. And I had that proper, like, internal dialogue going on, like, how I do one thing is how I do everything. So if I'm slacking on this treadmill, I'm going to slack in my work. I'm going to slack in my prayer. I'm going to slack in my life. So this session was it reconfirmed to me that I need to be pushing hard in every single limit. And it's the same for you. When you do the things that you don't want to do, you never feel worse after. I always feel so much better. I'm so glad that I went. Every time you wake up early, even though you didn't want to, and you go and smash your day, you always feel better. Every time you eat a good meal, even when you don't want to, you always feel better. It's these good habits, it's these wins every day that stack up, that allow us a bit of freedom as well down the line. Like, a couple times a week, I might eat a meal. Like, I'm getting a peri wrap now, with some fries and like some peri strips, but because it fits my calories for the day, I'm not eating this stuff all the time. So I'm going to go eat that, and I know that I'm still going to be in my deficit. I'm still going to shred fat, still going to keep my muscle or build any, because I've been training every day and I've just done some more things I don't want to do. So I get that, but it's not an every night thing. You have to earn these things. So I'm blessed, man. Anytime that your brain tries to give you the doubts, just do things anyway. You do that work when you don't want to. You do the gym when you don't want to. And just watch who you become. On a week, even a day, you feel the difference. But when you do it for a week, you feel amazing. When you do it for a month, even better. And then it just compounds. That's how we become super successful. Right, my arm's killing. I'm going to go get this food and I'll catch up with you. Right, I'm back at the workstation. I'm not going to get 6 hours sleep tonight. I'm going to get like 5. Maybe 5.5, because I've managed my time poorly. I'm annoyed at myself for eating that peri wrap, and I don't feel good. I made it a habit to do it after boxing at least once a week, but it doesn't bring me joy. Like, every now and again, sure, it's fine to eat some kind of fast food. But I was feeling good today, prepping the chicken. I've got some like mince in the fridge, and I should have just eaten that. So from now, after boxing, I'm going to make it a habit to come back and eat that food and not succumb to that pleasure, because I lost like an hour of my day. My belly's really full now. I feel bloated, and in the morning I can't even like train first thing and use my the carbs that I've just had for fuel, because I've got to do finish my Arabic homework. So it's what it is. You have to try and test things to learn. Most of the time, the lesson always comes back to making the right decision, sticking to your daily habits rather than straying from the path. That's always going to be the right thing to move us forward. So now I'm doing my task list. You guys in the coaching, you'll have a dashboard like this too. Got my morning routine there. So 4:30 wake up, pray Fajr and Tahajjud, which is an extra night prayer. Hydrate and make my bed. This is actually the first thing I do, but that's just the biggest part of it. 50 push-ups after I hydrate and make my bed. Then I make wudu, and then I get in the cold shower, and then I read my Quran as well. And then I'll go to the mosque to pray, and then I'll either go to the gym or get straight to work. But yeah, so I'm going to do this task list. I sent out a few DMs after the gym, because that was something I had to do for the sales agency. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be a good day. Blast out the Arabic work, eat clean, hit the gym hard, and that's what it's all about. It's all about stacking our daily habits every single day to make sure we're the best, most capable versions of ourselves. So it's been a bit of a loose video today. I didn't plan to do it, but I just got inspiration whilst I was cooking the chicken. So yeah, everything's predicated on the choices we make for ourselves. I didn't want to go to boxing, I did it, but I've learned that I can't always give myself the freedom of just eating a meal just because it became habit. My habit should be to always do the right thing, and eating some kind of fast food or whatever should, even if it fits my macros, I don't feel that good. I would have felt better, I would have got home earlier, I would have given myself more sleep. But the lesson is, if you still have things to do in your day and you've not finished them, it doesn't mean you sleep less. It means you feel the sting of that punishment and you go into the next day knowing that you kept your word to yourself. That's it. It's always the relationship we keep with ourselves that offsets any kind of weakness in our frame. I love this development. I love the man that I'm becoming, and you guys as well. Doesn't matter what stage you're at. Maybe you're already quite disciplined, but there's always a new level to reach, and it all comes through sticking to that word that you make for yourself every day. Constantly firing on all cylinders, constantly pushing the needle forward. That's how we separate ourselves from everyone else. So I'm going to do my night routine. I'm going to pray Isha. I'm going to read a bit of Quran, read a bit of this Hormozy book. I'm going to try and get through it fast because there's some other books I want to read, and then get ready for a killer day tomorrow. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let's crush it as always. Keep pushing.